Released by Capcom in 1989, Ducktales on NES showed that licensed games, even way back then, didn't have to sacrifice quality to stay faithful to their source material. Compared to some movie games out there today, that's definitely saying a lot. It even had everything that made the Disney cartoons such a joy to watch. It had penny-pinching Uncle Scrooge searching for riches all over the globe, and even on the moon. It might surprise you to know that Ducktales was produced by Mega Man producer Tokuro Fujiwara, and it shares many things in common with his iconic series, first and foremost the ability to choose your starting level. To complete the game you need to find certain objects or complete specific tasks to open up new areas in each location. It can be a little tricky to find your way around due to a lack of modern day signposting, but with a little patience you'll figure it out. Nowhere is this showcase better than the Haunted Mansion in Transylvania. It's a festering hellhole packed to the gills with mummies, ghosts that pop out of nowhere to land a cheap hit, and mirrors that take you all over its maze-like structure. It's really easy to get lost here, so you should probably expect to wander aimlessly for a while before you crack it. Eventually you'll come across Huey, who's being held captive by one of the Beagle Boys. Once you batter the guy with Scrooge's cane, he tells you that the mansion has a fake wall. The only way to find out which wall is the fake wall is to run into all of them until you pass through. On a first playthrough this is a real pain, but luckily I remembered where it was from last time. But even then, it leads you to a room with even more mirrors that can take you in the wrong direction. Once you get here, to this specific room, take the right one. The mirror leads you to a showdown against a vampire duck who flies around shooting lightning and swooping down to try and ram you. She's not that tough to beat once you figure out her pattern though. Just make sure you master Scrooge's pogo jump to hit her up high. As you'd expect from the producer of Mega Man, Ducktales isn't an easy game. It's full of tricky platform sections that demand pixel perfect jumping, sometimes even on slippery ice. One criticism I always had of the NES Mega Man games was the way that enemies respawn as soon as you walk away from their entry point. This can often lead to enemies suddenly materialising out of thin air and causing you damage. It feels cheap. Although I did find a pretty funny glitch on the moon level involving these robo-ducks. Check this out. Isn't that insane? If you're not fast enough it'll keep on happening over and over again. Pretty tedious. It keeps on happening until you pass through to the other side, but even then, it'll happen as you walk away. So why would Scrooge risk life and limb to embark on this globe-trotting adventure? Well, to get rich of course, or die trying. The aim is to complete all 5 levels and amass a certain amount of money. You can earn cash by smashing open treasure chests with Scrooge's cane, or by defeating enemies. Another neat feature that was well ahead of its time were the game's alternate endings. If you collected over $10 million and found both of the game's hidden treasures, which were a golden ring in the African mines and a golden mirror on the moon, you get the ultimate ending. It shows Scrooge on the front of a Duckbird newspaper wearing a crown, as if he needed more money to begin with. However, I found out there's also a secret ending that triggers when you complete the game without a single penny. Given how frequently loot drops occur in this game, that's definitely more of a challenge than getting the 10 million. It shows Scrooge going flat broke than rebuilding his empire with the game's treasures. Would I recommend this game to fans of Capcom, NES and the Ducktales series? Absolutely. It comes from a time where Capcom, satisfied it had found a firm footing in the arcades, turned its attention to the home console market. It used its technical knowledge of the arcade scene to come up with some fun, inventive and slick gameplay experiences. Ducktales is tricky on your first playthrough, and once you complete it you'll know where to go right away next time, but it delivers the simple joys of a few platforms, colourful worlds and a lot of loot to collect. In the end, we're all richer for the experience. Thanks for watching.